The Little Gray Pony by Maud Lindsay. There once was a man who owned a little gray pony. Every morning when the birds were singing, the man would jump on his pony and ride away. Clippity, clippity, clap. The man rode to town and to country, to church and to market, up hill and down hill, and one day he heard something fall with a clang on a stone in the road. Looking back, he saw a horseshoe lying there, and when he saw it he cried, "What shall I do? What shall I do, if my little gray pony has lost a shoe?" Then down he jumped in a great hurry and looked at one of the pony's feet, but nothing was wrong. He lifted another forefoot, but the shoe was still there. He examined one of the hind feet and began to think that he was mistaken. But when he looked at the last foot he cried again, "What shall I do? What shall I do? My little gray pony has lost a shoe." Then he made haste to go to the blacksmith, and he called, "Blacksmith, blacksmith, I've come to you. My little gray pony has lost a shoe." But the blacksmith answered, and he said, "How can I shoe your pony's feet without some coal, the iron to heat?" So the man left the blacksmith's, hurried here and there to buy coal. First of all he went to the store, and he said, "Storekeeper, storekeeper, I've come to you. My little gray pony has lost a shoe, and I want some coal, the iron to heat, that the blacksmith may shoe my pony's feet." But the storekeeper answered and said, "Now I have apples and candy to sell, and more nice things than I can tell, but I've no coal, the iron to heat, that the blacksmith may shoe your pony's feet." Then the man went away sighing and saying, "What shall I do? What shall I do? My little gray pony has lost a shoe." By and by he met a farmer with a wagon, and he said, "Farmer, farmer, I've come to you. My little gray pony has lost a shoe, and I want some coal, the iron to heat, that the blacksmith may shoe my pony's feet." But the blacksmith answered and said, "I've bushels of corn and hay and wheat, something for you and your pony to eat, but I've no coal, the iron to heat, that the blacksmith may shoe your pony's feet." So the farmer drove away and left the man sighing, "What shall I do? What shall I do? My little gray pony has lost a shoe." But in the farmer's wagon the man had seen corn, which made him think of the mill. So he ran to the mill and called, "Miller, miller, I've come to you. My little gray pony has lost a shoe, and I want some coal, the iron to heat, that the blacksmith may shoe my pony's feet." The miller came to the door in surprise, and he said, "I have wheels that go round and round, and stones to turn till the grain is ground, but I've no coal, the iron to heat, that the blacksmith may shoe your pony's feet." Then the man turned away sorrowfully and sat down on a rock near the roadside, sighing and saying, "What shall I do? What shall I do? My little gray pony has lost a shoe." After a while an old woman came down the road, driving a flock of geese to market, and when she came near the man, she stopped to ask him his trouble. He told her all about it, and when she had heard all about it, she laughed till her geese joined in with a cackle, and said, "If you would know where the coal is found, you must go to the miner who works in the ground." Then the man sprang to his feet, and thanking the old woman, ran to the miner. Now the miner had been working many a long day down in the mine, under the ground, where it was so dark that he had to wear a lamp on the front of his cap to light him at his work. He had plenty of black coals ready, and gave great lumps of it to the man, who took them in haste to the blacksmith. The blacksmith lighted his great red fire, and hammered out 4 fine new shoes, and with a cling and a clang, and fastened them on with a rap and a tap. Then away rode the man on his little gray pony, clippity, clippity, clap. The end.